we ready?
Just breathe.
I'm sorry because I didn't pick up one of those. I'll use this as more acronym.
Da 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 da.
You may start now.
Okay. Tonight we'll begin with some things you did not know about rock and roll. Can anybody tell me what happened on February 9th, 1964? Any? Dennis!
Beatles, Ryan Sullivan.
You got it. The British invasion. And did you know 40% of all households tuned into that show tonight? But here's something you did not know. The initial reviews of the Beatles were scathing. They were horrible. You know what Newsweek said? They called it a visual nightmare. And the music was near disaster. LA Times even had a more colorful description. They had bizarre heads of shrubbery and voices even the mothers wouldn't love. But 2.3 billion records later, wouldn't you call them a success? Did you know about that? They got such terrible reviews. And I got this subject because it's saccharin to many people here. We all love music. And amazing enough, when Micah asked that question a few weeks ago, who's your favorite group? Look how many times the Beatles popped up. Your grandpa probably liked the Beatles. What other things in life have such staying power? Let me talk about the second thing you may not know about. The Rolling Stones. Are you familiar with that song, Let's Spend the Night Together? Well, the producers on the Ed Sullivan Show said, you need to change the lyrics. Anybody know what they had to change the lyrics to? Any guesses? Let's spend some time together. In fact, that's about how Mick Jagger sung it. He sung it, let's spend some time together. It's more sarcastic. Even worse, for number 3, the Doors were invited on the show. They had some pretty outrageous concerts. Come on, baby, light my fire. Girls wouldn't get much higher. They weren't even allowed to sing that song, but they did anyway. Off the show, never allowed on the show again. Amazing. And this is back in 1967. Our values, our perspectives, very different back then. Then, where did rock and roll come from? For number 4, it came from, back in the 30s, our society was still segregated. The whites lived in certain sections of towns, and blacks lived in another section of town. But World War II started melding people together. You've seen the movie Tuskegee Airmen? We had the black pilots. People were seeing people of other races and minorities do things we never saw before. So there's a push to integration. So rock and roll was an adaptation of black music, what we call the blues, and of European music, the big band. Do they still listen to big band?
Oh, yeah.
That's not much staying power, does it? But who brought rock and roll to the limelight? Who was the number 1 for number 5?
Elvis.
The King. And did you know this dancing moves were out loud on the Ed Sullivan Show? In fact, he was only showing from the waist up. So you didn't see his blue suede shoes. And did you know, in 1956 in Lubbock, Texas, his car was firebombed by teenagers because teenage boys were jealous of his success because he got all the girls. The parents hated Elvis. The black community hated Elvis because he took their songs. He grew up with gospel and the blues down south, and he wasn't well received by the black community. Even white DJs did not share his music. They wouldn't play his music because he sounded black. Amidst all this controversy, he became the king of rock and roll. And on August 16th, 1977, he left the building for the last time. Then that evolved into disco. Now, whoever thought, I saw it look, Bob, whoever thought that was started by 4 Australian brothers. The Bee Gees, right? That actually started in New York City in these nightclubs. They wanted to get people out on the dancing floor. So they saw the rhythm and blues people who danced really well. Then they showed people like me who didn't dance well at all. So they took these records and they played them together to make extended mixes. That's how you get up with repeated lyrics to disco. And it brought people together, different cultures, different backgrounds. And disco peaked in the 70s. So what happened? Well, there was the anti-disco movement, and that was started by Tom Petty. He told the Bee Gees, "Don't come around here no more." But on July 12th, 1979, in Comiskey Park, it was otherwise known as Disco Demolition Night. There was a doubleheader game between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. And in between the games, a group of guys came up with a bunch of records, and they just threw them, and they just destroyed the records. In fact, that carpet just blew them to pieces. There was so much damage during this game that they actually had to cancel the second game, and the White Sox had to forfeit. All of you may not know all this history, and so you shake your head. Some of you a little bit older remember these times, and the young people too. You realize the music you listen to today, look at the history behind it. It's fascinating. But yet we have staying power like the Beatles, like still listen to the Beatles. So in summary, I've given you 7 things you may not know about rock music, but all these things led to what we listen today. And actually, music brought us all together because it is the glue of society. Without music, we'll probably still be segregated. Thank you.